I think gray zone operations might be a more useful term because it is designed to be done in such a way to achieve effects like scaring populations, disrupting communications and financial systems, destruction or disruption of critical infrastructure, all of these things, but they're done in a way, in a gray area, meaning it's difficult to confirm who did it. Now, anybody that's serious knows that Russia is behind most of these things, but you won't see Russian soldiers or people waving a Russian flag doing it. They're typically criminals or other proxies that are hired to do these kinds of things to create that sort of effect. So until Western countries figure out how do you uh, protect your airspace, how do you protect your infrastructure, how do you protect your population in this kind of a gray zone, the Russians will continue doing it. So we've got to figure out how do you inflict consequences on the Russians. Um, and there's been a lot of reluctance by governments because they can't for sure say Russia did that, the attribution part. And I think the key is going to be governments uh, stop treating these things as crime scenes where you have to gather up all the evidence and then make a determination like in a court case. That will never work. Instead, you should start seizing Shadow Fleet vessels, for example. Every time drones shut down somebody's airport, there should be a consequence of some sort. Shooting down drones is a ridiculous approach if you're talking about Copenhagen Airport or Berlin Airport or Munich Airport. Um, that's not going to solve the problem. There has to be a much more robust approach to find out who's doing this, where are they originating, and then you start inflicting consequences. And in fact, the consequences against Russia might not be directly related to the actual thing that they did. The Russians have to know that we know, and that will take a little bit of political courage, but also explaining to populations what the hell's going on, why this is happening, and this is what we are going to do to protect our populations.